Hello and welcome to the season opener of Inside Irons Carlton. It's Series 2. We've been recommissioned and we're here in salubrious surrounds of the Captain's Lounge at the London Stadium. Did you have a good summer?
I've had a great summer. Actually, I feel that I have not stopped working, but it's all good. It's always good to be busy.
Yeah.
The kids have been keeping me on my toes, doing a load of coaching, doing a lot of Zoom chats, doing this. This is perfect, you know what I mean? So I'm really happy to be involved again for a second season.
And football's back, the Premier League season about to start again. The excitement is palpable.
Yeah, very much so. We're going to be looking forward to this one. As we've seen the fixture list, it's going to be very interesting to start off with, but we're ready to go.
Yeah, and we are ready on Inside Irons for your Newcastle preview. And joining us on the show today, West Ham fan and former West Ham top scorer, Bobby Zamora will be here, and also former club captain and current first team coach, Kevin "Nobby" Nolan. Up next, he's a cult hero for West Ham. He got us promoted almost single-handedly in 2005, and he is ultimately a West Ham fan too. Welcome to the studio and the Captain's Lounge, Bobby Zamora.
Bobby Zamora, fantastic goal. His left foot, what a strike! Bobby Zamora.
Lovely, welcome to the Captain's Lounge, Bobby. Is it good to be here at the London Stadium, the home of football?
Fantastic to be here. Fantastic to see yourself and obviously this man.
Let's talk about pre-season to begin with, because it's gone pretty well. On the same day, we beat Wycombe 5-1, we beat Ipswich 4-1. We've since beat Brentford 2-1. Have you heard good things about pre-season? I know you speak to Martin Noble.
Yeah, I speak to Nobes quite a bit, and I speak to him pretty much daily. How are you, mate? How are you getting on? Who'd you play today? Yeah, he said he played Wycombe. How was it? Yeah, we smashed the life out of them. And that was it, really. And the same with Brentford. Yeah, not too much detail. Yeah, smashed the life out of them.
Like
got the minutes under the belt, innit?
Gets like that after the 20th pre-season.
Exactly. You know what I mean? The miles are done and it's in the bank, so that's all you're looking at.
Are you glad now not to be having pre-season?
Pre-seasons, God, they were good and they were bad. I was always all right at running. So I was always at the front, always, you know what I mean, enjoyed it. Got long legs, so I used to eat up them strides.
Showing me up, basically.
Really? Was it good?
Yeah,
He's good at pre-season, yeah.
Yeah, I used to like that.
I was at the back.
Used to like it. But yeah, I miss just being around the team and the changing rooms and that, missing the banter.
Did you have a lot of work to do to catch up pre-season? Were you on the beers all over the summer and then come back like, oof, half a stone overweight?
No, I was never one of them. So yeah, I found it hard
really
to
a
put.
drinker though, to be honest. It's not until later on, probably he's had a few, but he's not a drinker.
No.
He's not a drinker. You don't need to drink.
No.
Like, it just goes off. If we go out or something with Bobby, he'll just go off your own vibe.
Yeah.
So he'll act drunk without actually not being drunk.
That's because you're drunk. You see everybody else that's drunk. That's probably what it is.
Probably that's it.
Yeah, maybe. But nah, listen, you don't have to have a few beers all the time. Do you know what I mean? But I used to love pre-season. Enjoy your summer, but you know where your bread and butter is.
Yeah. But West Ham's pre-season's looking good, isn't it, Carlton? These are good results. We're doing it.
Yeah, I think it's looking good, but I'm always sceptical about pre-seasons because you can start off good with pre-season and then have a nightmare when the season starts. I've seen some people have a blinder through pre-season and not won a game till Christmas. Do you know what I mean? And then there's an opposite way around as well. Been rubbish all the way through pre-season, then like they start being really good like all the way up, and then it just depends what the mood is, I think.
Yeah, can you tell anything from pre-season, Bobby? I actually like it when we have a bad pre-season because usually it means we're going to start well.
Can you tell anything? No, not really. Like you say, the teams are normally mixed up until the last game. Although this pre-season's just going to be for like 3 or 4 weeks or something, isn't it? So again, you can't really tell too much, but you know what's happening. The start of the season's very, very soon, and you got to do it then. That's when results count.
Yeah, man. Well, the season is about to begin. The fixture list is out. Let's take a look at how the season begins for us. So here is the fixture list. We begin with Newcastle at home, then Arsenal away and Wolves at home. We play last season's top 7 in our first 8 games, which is intense. Carlton, big start needed here.
Big start, mate. Like, hopefully we can carry on from where we left off last season. That's why I was really hoping that we'd won that game against Aston Villa, just to show momentum. I know you have like 4 weeks off and then they've had their little holidays, but you can still, 4 weeks is enough to say, okay, we've had a little reset, but we can still keep on going.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, right, so we got pretty much the same team as last year.
Yeah.
So we carry on where we left off. And I'm hoping that the guys that were decent last year have a load more signings and ain't gelled yet.
Yeah.
That's the only way.
That's true,
You know
that's
what I mean?
true. And also, you got to look at, obviously, Antonio was up front starting. And obviously, Halal was just getting back, wasn't he, to full fitness. So that's actually a boost. Hopefully, he can come in. And he scored a hat-trick in pre-season, didn't he? So hopefully, he can add to what we've got already.
Yeah. Bobby, September, Newcastle at home, Arsenal away, Wolves at home. How many points do you see us getting from that?
I'll be happy with 4, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I'll be happy with 4. That first game's important. It might bode well for us, Our expectations aren't too high, but when you come away with 6, 9 points or something like that out of them, then it'll be a positive.
Fantastic. Well, Carlton Cole finished West Ham top scorer for 4 seasons in a row between 2008 and 2012. Yeah?
With
Wow,
5
them
goals.
must have
With 5 goals. Mate, we got relegated in one of them as well.
But the man who knocked you off top spot is our next guest, Kevin Nolan, former club captain and first
You
team.
know why that is, though? Because he was under Sam, innit? It's his boy, innit? He was playing all the games. I wasn't playing all the games, you know what I mean?
Was he on set pieces?
Everything, mate.
Penalties.
Everything, mate.
Let's catch up with Kevin Nobby Nolan. Welcome to the show, Kevin Nolan. How are we doing, Kevin?
Very good, thanks. All the better for seeing them 2 guys beside you, man.
Kevin, I just told Carlton that Carlton was top West Ham scorer every season from 2008 to 2012. You knocked him off. You were top goal scorer for West Ham 2 years in a row. Carlton didn't even know
Look at him.
Look at his face. What was your trick, Kevin? Tell these strikers how to do it, can you?
He's a goal hanger. That's what he is. He's a goal hanger.
Was you on pens as well? I said he must have been on pens.
I wasn't, because Nobes is here, isn't he? Bobby, if I would have took pens, I would have scored 200 goals, never mind 99.
Yeah. You would have and all.
Kevin, let's rewind the clock. Summer of 2011. You'd just finished top scorer for Newcastle. You'd finished 12th in the league. You were club captain. So how did Big Sam convince you to make your way south to East London or West Ham?
Obvious.
The bright lights of London, was
The
it?
thrill of claret and blue, surely.
No, to be honest, mate, it was... Obviously, I'd worked with Sam and we had a really good working relationship. But the biggest thing is that I had a bit of a bother with Newcastle and their hierarchy, if you like. They had offered me a 4-year deal. And that summer I'd had my ankle operation. And when I would come out of my ankle up, they just told me that, no, they were happy to keep me on the 2-year deal. What I'd still had from my previous contract, and they were taking the other deal off the table. So obviously that sort of transpired into the fact that I had an option. Then my agent rang me and said West Ham would be interested in signing you on the deal which Newcastle had offered, and it was So to me, it was coming to work with Big Sam for one, coming to another, great club. The fact that I was able to come. And it had been in such a poor state. It was like sort of trying to rebuild, which sort of just made me, mouth water a bit, and knew that I could get my teeth into something, because I couldn't really see where Newcastle was going and what they were doing at the time, because it was we just sold Andy in the January, so it was obviously a big blow for us when we lost him. And that team sort of just started, to disintegrate slowly but surely. But yeah, I mean, West Ham coming, as he just said, to bright lights. It was, something new. I did vow that I would never become an Essex boy, but I think, as you can see by my quiff and everything.
Yeah.
And Nobby, the worst thing, you've gone up north to get that trim as well, and you've asked for the Essex trim. What's that about?
I told you, mate. It's a tenner up there. It's 50 quid down here, mate. I'm on coach's money now.
I understand, mate.
Kevin, like I say, top goal scorer for 2 seasons. You scored so many great goals. But what would you say was your favourite? I want to point out you scored an amazing goal against Brighton, I think, away against Bobby's boys. That was really good. What would you say your best was?
Yeah, look, to me, every goal was a good goal. Doesn't matter if it's a yard out, 30 yards out. I think I scored a lob against Burnley which was a nice finish. I think there was one against Derby in that championship year, where there was Carlton will be able to tell you more because he was here the season before. There was a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, and with that current squad that it sort of, we had to sort of restart, and it had to be like sort of, it's a new beginning, if you like, and so getting going that season and doing what we did with the pressure we had on us to get up in the playoffs was a fantastic achievement by all at the club that year. But yeah, I mean, look, as I said, every goal I scored for West Ham, Newcastle and Bolton, I can, if you said to me which one it is, I probably could remember them because as Carlton knows, I'll never forget anything.
He actually doesn't. He's got elephant brain. He's got elephant brain.
The way Kevin talks, he is a proper striker, boys, isn't he? The way he talks about his goal, he's just a natural-born finisher.
He was, to be fair, he was a brilliant finisher.
That timing.
Yeah, he's timing into the box. Even like if the ball comes across awkwardly, he'd find a way to get it on target. He'd hardly ever miss the target. So, yeah, he's a great man to have at the club at the moment, and it's good to have you here, Keith.
Yeah, and Kevin, like you say, we got promoted in 2012, first time of trying. Ricardo Vazte hit the headlines, but let's not forget, you hit the bar with a volley just a few minutes before that. Kevin Nolan could have been all over the headlines for an immaculate finish. Do you think about that?
No, because obviously, but I remember it, and I thought it was in. As soon as the lads will tell you, as soon as you know when you've hit it, you know you've hit the sweet spot, and I thought it was in. And to be fair, the keeper Jilty there, he got a lovely touch on it, which just got touched it onto the bar, and you sort of think, oh, is that going to be a match-winning save for them? And you don't want that to happen. So, but we kept going to the end, and obviously it was a great assist by Coley. But I don't really know why he was trying to kick it the opposite way. But listen, it was an assist. I'm going to give him it.
Right, hold on. Let's talk about this, yeah? Let's talk about this. Your ball in weren't great, by the way. Wait. Your ball in to me weren't that great. I've had to work for that anyway. But anyway.
The 90th minute, I've run another 60 yards for you again, doing your running again. I've whipped it into you. And then you just
whipped it in. No, don't say whipped it in, bro. It's amazing. There was poor defending, but it's got to be.
Kevin, you shared a West Ham dressing room with many great players. Who was your favourite person to turn up in that dressing room and see?
You know what? I mean, you've got one sitting beside you there. Like he come in every day, even though we was late. It was smile on his face, and we were all so happy because he was getting fined, and we were thinking, goes into our kitty, it's brilliant. We're going to Dublin. He's paying for Dublin again. He used to come up and like. Some days you knew when you can get away with it, Coley. You don't really want to, sort of have a go at him when he's in that little mood. But when he had that big grin on his face, I used to come over to him and go, geez, you know that we're going to have a good time when we go out now, don't you? And he was like, yeah, we are. Yeah. He said, believe me, I'm going to get most of it because it's my money.
And that's why when we did go out to Dublin that year, I got sent home. Because I overindulged.
Yeah.
Overindulged. I'm thinking, this is my money here. I'm gonna give me more drink. I got sent home to bed, mate.
Yeah, but I mean, look, one of them still here as well, Mark Noble. You can never ever take away what he brought to the dressing room. It was quite funny. The banter what just went around. Some real good characters, and that's again just a major part in having a successful team. I think you've got to have that togetherness. Otherwise, when you're on the field, people see it, and no one could get in our group. It was good. We had Ginge, who joined us when we got into the Premier League, I should say. James Tompkins and Jack Collison. They were like twins. They were never ever separated. Even when we were outside the club, they were always together, always up to something, always doing something to annoy someone. Which I mean, Coley, do you remember what they used to do to me?
Oh, with the chewing gum pack.
Tell the story.
How can I forget?
Tell the story.
Listen, basically, every morning, yeah, you tell the story.
Like, I'd come in, I'd have a massage, and I'd come in, and me old kit would just have extra or sellotape to it and stuck to it, or extra chewing gum. And I'd have brand new. I'd always have. It was brilliant because they used to get me brand new toothpaste, brand new toothbrushes. I had all the gear, so I used to have it all because of them two.
Mate, it was like hint, your breath stinks.
I wouldn't mind, but I've never had bad breath.
Nobby, do you think the changing rooms lost that a little bit?
Yeah, I think Bobby, you know yourself, and this is no disrespect, but you know, with the foreign influence and the foreign influx of players now, I think it's harder to generate that, you know, because it's normally with a sort of core lads, of British type lads, and you know, it was the European lads like the Danes, the Norwegians, you know, they were always sort of a similar, you know, philosophy, and I think. That, you know, with the South Africans now, South Americans, I should say, the African lads who come across, I think they find it a bit more difficult to adjust to that. So I think time has changed, but I think it's still a major part. You've got to sort of try and find the glue to get everyone on side in the dressing room, and I think that's what we've tried to do. And I think I've been probably brought in by the gaffer to sort of help. With the boys, just to sort of get them going and you know, give them a little bit of a kick up the backside when needed, but to be there to put an arm around the lads and that now, because there's so, you know, you're dealing with so many different colourful characters, if you like, and people with different backgrounds, and it's about, you know, understanding that. And I think that was something which I was always good at, is, you know, knowing how to sort of approach people. As I was saying about the big lad there, you know, when you knew when he was in the mood, to sort of leave Coley out today. We won't talk about fines. We won't talk about him being late. We'll just let him come out of the changing room, onto the training ground, and get on with it and go home. And then the next day we'll be going, Coley, you realise you were fined yesterday? And he'll be like, yeah, I know.
How you describe him? Nobby, how you describe him though, mate, is everybody that's played with him would say exactly the same thing. The fines, how he is, we know him, what he's like, the big grin on his face, the whole lot. Everyone.
At least I'm consistent. At least I'm consistent, innit? Like,
nah, you're brilliant, mate. You're loved.
Kevin, you're a former Newcastle man. Newcastle is our first game of the season. How's preparation? How are you feeling about it?
Yeah, I mean, look, we haven't really looked forward to that at the minute because we've got a couple of lads obviously on international duty. But it's starting to, you know, it gets so close, and before you know, it can hit you in the face. So it has been mentioned in our room, but nothing's been, you know, sort of portrayed over to the lads or given to the lads at this moment in time. But listen, it's a fantastic start to be at home for us in terms of, we played Newcastle not so long ago, so we know what to expect. You know, they come here last year. I wasn't a part of the staff then, but I'd done the game for one of the radio stations, and we were poor. And let them away with a lot, but I know one thing, what the gaffer wants is that we want to be high tempo, we want to be, you know, right at it come day one. So really looking forward to it. Obviously, it's always great to when one of your old teams come, you know, you go and play against them, and I get that same buzz even now being on the coaching staff. So really looking forward to it, and hoping that it's going to be a good start and 3 points.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Thank you for joining us, Kevin. Good luck for Newcastle. Good luck for the rest of the season.
Anytime Coley wants me to do anything, mate, it's not a problem. He knows he'll always get a yeah.
Top man, Geezer. Love you. Take care.
Take care, pal.
Great to see you, Geez.
Thank you.
That was Kevin Nolan. Love him. What a top man, Coley.
Top fella, man. Top fella with top stories,
Yeah.
top attributes to be a top coach. So I'm looking forward to his future.
Yeah, good man to have in the dressing room, Bobby.
Yeah, great guy. Always up to something, and can bring the team together at the right times as well.
Yeah, top man. Right, Premier League football is back, and up next is Newcastle. Let's get in the mood with our top 5 goals against the Magpies.
from Warren Barton here to suit Di Canio. Courtois up with him, but Di Canio going his own way and making it 2-0. Di Canio delivers for West Ham United.
Fabulous goal. The summer signing from Marseille. Bayern's second of the season, having scored against Leicester just a few weeks ago.
Rides a challenge, but it's fouled. The referee waves advantage. Here's Anderson breaking forward. Hernandez on his way into the box. Anderson's bustled past him into the penalty area and makes it 3-0. In stoppage time at the end of the game, Philippe Anderson breaks into the box and slams it left-footed past the Newcastle goalkeeper to end a very, very good day at the office for West Ham in the northeast of England. It's a fine strike. It's a very good away performance, and the Hammers are going to win their second away Premier League game of this season. Newcastle 0, West Ham 3.
Top 5 goals against Newcastle, and Bobby, what a goal from Carlton Cole there. On his left peg like that.
Yeah, left peg. I think VAR now might have seen a little handball
Oh,
in there.
yeah?
Easy.
You lot on a wind up, surely. Perfect touch off the left thigh. Knew what I was doing. Make it go not half of the thigh, so it goes downwards, so I can volley it. You know what I mean?
Great finish.
Man. Do you know what I mean? What's that got to do with a handball? Do you know what it is, yeah? Because my arm's always like that. I'm an awkward player, so it looks like sometimes I do touch the ball with my hand, but it's just it's just balance, you know what I mean?
And do you know what? That was a great goal. You didn't even remember it. You were saying you scored a good goal against Newcastle. It didn't even in the memory bank.
Yeah, I know. It's like my whole life's been a whole blur. So I'm just here now. I don't know how I got here, but I'm here.
Right, calling all West Ham fans, we have a brand new feature. We are looking for the ultimate West Ham cave. Have you got a claret and blue decked out basement? Have you got a garden shed adorned with West Ham memorabilia? Because we want to see it. We're going to decide who has the best West Ham cave, and you could win the West Ham Cave Trophy. We've got an example of one. This is from Wayne Cooper in Hockley. Let's see what he's got in his back garden. And this is Wayne Cooper in Hockley. Look at that. He's got the West Ham Bobby Zamora era West Ham shirt on the wall. Gloves signed by Henry Cooper. Signed West Ham ball there. Great little West Ham cave. Wayne Cooper in Hockley. So that's Wayne's West Ham cave. Have you got a West Ham cave? We want to see it. We want to judge it. Do share it with us. Please email us at insideirons@westhamunited.co.uk. We'll have a look and you could be featured on the next episode of Inside Irons, and ultimately you could win that West Ham Cave Trophy. Bobby, so good to have you here. Such a big fan of your work. I wanted to chat now about your sensational West Ham career. A lot of highs, few lows, but the first question I wanted to start with is the one that everybody's going to want to know. Let's talk about why you were so angry in your goal celebrations. We've got a little VT here. We will need to psychoanalyse you, Bobby, and figure out what's going on in your head. A moment of what should have been unbridled joy.
Yeah.
You look like the angriest you've ever been. We've got a little VT here. Let's have a look. So here we go, Bobby. This goal against Blackburn away, in it goes.
Yes.
Surely you've got to be pleased with that. Look at that
Get
punch
in there, son.
Look at that, get
Get
off
in
me.
there. Where's your face? I want to punch it.
A lot of trash talking as well when you score.
Yeah.
What kind of
Yeah, this was an all, wasn't it?
Oh, didn't tell him to shush.
Shush.
Yeah.
Were they giving you a hard time?
Get off
Were
me.
they giving you a hard time?
Everton, that was, yeah. I remember that one. I do remember that one.
This
Oh,
one. What a
mate.
night. Look at that. Our left peg goes in Highbury.
Poor soul. Poor soul.
No, not even just...
You was actually angry for soul there. You went over at half time as well.
Look how angry you are. Bobby, so many great moments there, but what's going on in your head? What's going on?
I don't know. I don't know. It's been a thing that's been with my career, all my career really. Whenever I score, yeah, there's the happy times, but a lot of the time I'm very angry. I don't know why, but it's. I know the Everton one. I remember they was giving me a bit of grief before the game and ended up scoring that winner. So it's always nice to silence those critics, you know. And yeah, that was certainly for the away fans. A lot of the time it's the away fans, you know. So
Look, for me, like, I was never angry. I was just
wag a finger, that's all you would do.
I was really glad, happy inside that I won't be criticised after the game. I've done my job. I've done my job. Like, what you lot got from me there? Like, yeah, Carl, you're still. But I was always happy. I was always happy when I scored. But some people show emotions in different ways, which you've got to understand. Maybe they're going through some things at home. I don't know. Is that was going through anything at home?
You're getting a bit deep now.
He's really pushed on his level.
When did this turn into Jeremy Kyle? When did that?
Talk show host.
I don't know. It was just saying that I did. Not all the time, but from time to time.
But famously, you grew up a West Ham fan. Did you always hope you'd play for West Ham?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I remember going to my first game. We played Oxford at home at Upton Park and going to watch that. You know, with my mum took me. So it was unbelievable. And in the academy as a kid, and coming to watch games all the time, and you know, getting the free buses to Upton Park and that. Yeah, loved it. And running out Upton Park, home debut Cardiff, 1-0.
Unbelievable.
Scored, didn't you?
Scoring, winning goal.
Unreal.
Yeah, I mean that was a very, very special day.
That first season, so you joined in January 2004, that first season marked by the loss to Palace in the 2004 playoff final. But the following year, the Bobby Zamora show. You defeated Ipswich 2-0, and then you went on to the final and got the winner in that as well. What a second season for you.
Yeah, that was a special year, a very special year. Loved it. The changing room at the club, like Nobby just said, you know, we had that English changing room, that banter, everyone ripping the piss out of everybody. You know, I even done a DVD, didn't I? You know, behind the scenes DVD, the final, and just abusing the lads, and how much I used to give the lads so much stick, and just that a banter.
Even your strike partner Marlon used to get it.
Yeah, Vice head, wasn't it?
Vice head.
You know, so I mean, just. That whole season was great. The change room was great. Everything was perfect, and I managed to cap it off with that winning goal in the final.
How did you feel in that run of games? Because you were just unbelievable, playing so well.
Just come good. We had a lot of strikers. We rotated a lot. We had Connolly, myself, Marlon. We had a real good set of strikers, and we rotated. And my time just happened to come good at the end of the season and scored some important goals.
Following season, what a season that was. We just saw a few clips there. I mean, winning away at Highbury, last team to win away at Highbury. You've got that forever. You scored that night.
Incredible, absolutely. That is probably one of the best nights of my footballing career. Obviously, it's a fantastic stadium. They were a very, very, very good team. And like I say, the changing room, we'd just come up. Just everything about that season as well was fantastic. And like you say, just another fantastic night for myself and scoring a great goal. And
then the FA Cup run all the way to Cardiff, the final 2006. You started on the bench, came off in the 71st minute. What are your memories of that day?
I'll be honest with you, gutted I didn't start.
Yeah.
Obviously, Dino was injured the back end of that season. I was playing well, scoring goals. So I remember being extremely gutted when Pards announced the team in the changing room. But yeah, just again, great team, worked very hard. We definitely should have nicked it in 90 minutes. Extra time was extra time, and I mean, I remember standing straight behind Steven Gerrard when he hit that ball, and listen, a wonder strike from Steven Gerrard, but unfortunately he's probably the one person on the pitch that we didn't want to fall to.
You wouldn't really mind it falling to him there. You just don't see that strike coming from that far as well.
Stevie G's the only one on the pitch who probably could have done that.
Exactly, that's true.
Genuinely, and unfortunately he produced the goods.
Have you watched the highlights back since? Have you?
Little bits of it. I mean, obviously that goal comes up quite a lot, doesn't it? Yeah. Anything to do with Liverpool and FA Cup, you see it every year. So I remember, as I say, standing behind it and watching it fly in. But and then down to penalties. I mean, I was so confident going up there. We had Peter Cech, who was Ludo McCloskey's pal, came in beforehand. We all went individually and took 6 penalties against Peter Cech.
Really?
And I took 3 with my left and 3 with my right, scored all 6. So in my mind, I'm like, you know what I mean? I'm in a good place. I'm in a good place. I'm fresh. I'm not tired from the game. I probably didn't hit it hard enough. It was going bottom corner. Listen, he's gone the right way. Another day he goes the other way, and it goes in. But yeah, that's
happens. Football.
That's football, and I'm gutted that it was me and my club and FA Cup final. But it's football, like I say.
How did you feel stepping up for that penalty?
Confident.
Was it really?
Felt fine. Yeah.
Feel fine. Oh,
no nerves whatsoever.
Yeah. It's madness how football goes.
Going back, I would change it. Yeah, I would. I'd smashed it straight down the middle. I'd smashed it straight now. You know, with a little bit more experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always think goalkeepers got to move in a shootout. And
have to move, yeah.
last 10 minutes of a game, if you're ever having a penalty, I think you should go straight down the middle. I just think keepers have got to move.
Tips.
Following season, I mean, we had a bad start, but it ended in the great escape. And I mean, again, Bob, you pulled out some amazing performances there.
Yeah.
Went back to Arsenal, tormented them again. First team to win at the Emirates. Scored that magnificent goal at Jens Lehmann lobbing him.
Yeah.
Where does that stand amongst your best West Ham?
Yeah, good one again. West Ham fans always talk to me about that last team at Highbury, first team at the Emirates. So fantastic memories. And that season, we on paper and where we'd been, what we'd done, we were better than where we ended up. But ultimately, the changing room again for me, the changing room for that season was so special. Knuckled down and produced the goods. They call it the Tevez season. It definitely isn't. It's
Bobby Zamora season,
my season. Definitely.
Do you know what?
Goal scorer.
The most underrated performing player he was. Because obviously everyone remembered what Tevez done. But mate, if it wasn't for him, Tevez wouldn't have had a platform to go and do what he done. Do you know what I mean? So you got to appreciate him. Do you remember though? Because obviously Tevez and Mascherano, they couldn't speak English, could they?
Yeah.
What did Pards get us to do? He put up on the board Spanish, so we had to learn Spanish.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember
that lasted about?
I can remember. We had to learn Spanish for Tevez. I'm like, hold on, there's only 2 of these boys here. Like, come on, man. I know they're world class, but why are we learning Spanish?
And
and we're in
language
England.
of its own anyway. They understood, do you know what I mean? And it was after a couple of weeks, it was a real good togetherness, and the way that we played. Actually, I remember playing with Carlos, and we sort of played one up front. Yeah. And whoever was Carlos would play, and whoever was the one up front as well, or you just rotate, and whoever when we didn't have the ball, one of the strikers had to be right wing back as such, and from time to time we'd turn the ball over, we'd see where the other one is, and just laugh at each other because obviously they've got to sprint back. They're like that. They're like that.
Good luck, mate.
But Carlos worked his socks off. Everybody in that team worked their socks off.
Yeah,
so he came good in the end.
Who would you say was the best player you played with during your time at West Ham? Natural ability.
Best player I played with.
You don't have to say Carlton just because he's
No,
here.
don't say me. Teddy?
Teddy was good for me. I learned a lot from him. He gave me a real good confidence as well. You know, when I first got called up to the England squad, for instance, when I was at Fulham, Teddy texted me, you know, listen, you deserve to be there. First and foremost, when you go out for your first training session, you'll see what it's like, and you'll understand that you deserve to. And that, for me, to get that message from Ted, who I don't speak to all the time, was very special.
I wish
So
you text me that as well.
Why are you getting special treatment? He was like, there's no help in this guy. I saved myself 12p.
He's going to turn up late anyway. He'll turn up late.
Ted was special. He was a good player. Great to watch train his movements. But in terms of players, there was a lot of good players. Like you say, Tevez, Mascherano. Yeah. Scotty P, Nobes even coming through as a young lad, you know, I used to rip the shit out of him every day. and what,
mate, you got it. You got it.
Do you know what I mean? But he loved it, cheeky chappy, you know what I mean? And just, you know what I mean? All the boys, Tompkins, Collins, like you say, just great team, you know, loved it.
One question I'd love to ask is, who do you think is the most underrated player you played with? Someone who just put in a shift every game and didn't necessarily get the credit for it?
Hayden Mullins would probably be in there.
It's always in there, isn't he?
Hayden Mullins, 7 out of 10. I mean, he kept Mascherano out. No, I'm not. I know everyone laughs about it, but Hayden knew his job and done it so well. And again, nobody, you know, he's just overlooked. A very, very special lad. Great lad. In and around the change room, always smiling, always happy, and always done his job. So, a great player, and he's probably one that doesn't get the credit that he deserves.
What about Matthew Everton?
Matty again. Matty run up and down and deliver those balls. Scored so many goals, set so many goals up for both of us. So he done that in the playoff final, obviously. So I mean, he's another one that didn't get the credit. But I think a lot of the team, from time to time, you know, And a lot of teams that I've been at, you know, players that
you call them the water carriers that don't get noticed.
They're not the big superstar, you know.
But the players notice and they rate them, so that's when they'll always get spoken about because the players know, but the fans wouldn't really appreciate him. They think, he's doing his job. But those are the boys that let us go and score goals and let us be a bit more free.
Bobby, so many great goals. What would you say is your favourite goal you scored in Claret and Blue?
Ooh. Favourite. The
You
Arsenal
scored some
2,
bangers, man.
The Arsenal 2 was good. The Birmingham one, I scored it would still be being played on Sky Sports now. It'll be on their adverts now if it was Messi or Ronaldo. I'm telling
defo.
you, without a shadow of a doubt.
Defo, I remember
You
it.
probably ain't even got a clean copy of it. You ain't even got a clean copy of it. But dig that out, stick that on there. A special goal. But like I say, if it was one of the big boys that had done it, it'd still be on Sky now.
Yeah. What about favourite match? Is there one match in particular like that's the one I think about?
Playoff final and Highbury. Yeah.
Highbury.
Wow. Yeah.
And when we mentioned West Ham Cave, our new feature. Have you got any West Ham memorabilia hung around your house from your career? Is there a framed shirt somewhere?
I've got playoff final ball.
The actual ball.
The ball.
Oh, decent.
Lovely.
Signed by the players.
I don't know if I got it signed by the players, but after the game, it turns out that one of the, they have like the army and that do, almost get like a tribute to them.
Yeah.
Those guys were there, and after the game, the ball ended up flying to one of the lads that I used to play. He was an ex-Marine, and it ended up going into his hands. And after the game, he went, "Oh, by the way, this one came to me straight at the end of the game."
He gave it to you.
I couldn't believe it.
He didn't understand what he was holding there, did he?
I played with him at Brighton when I first came through the ranks. So he was like, he's been in the army, but he played footy as well. So he was one of my strike partners back in the day.
Interesting.
So yeah, it was like, do you know what I mean?
And you met him there, off the cuff, That's unbelievable.
After the game, he was in the tunnel, like with the military boys.
Yeah.
And he just said, "Oh, by the way, here you go." It came to me at the end of the game. I was like, wow. Fantastic.
Wow.
That's a ledge.
Amazing. Well, on that note, we wanted to watch a game with you to get your thoughts and just get a bit of commentary from you. So we picked the 2005 playoff final against Preston. Let's whack it on the screen, see what you remember of that day.
Barely 2 seasons at up.
2005 playoff final. Here we go. Bobby Zamora in the starting lineup. Were you worried about Preston before the game?
Nah, we was in a good place, weren't we? I personally was in a good place.
I weren't here. I came the year after this, didn't I?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I was in a good place. So, just remember just being confident. The whole team was confident, I think.
Look at this. Tommy Repke in the post early doors.
Yeah. Tommy Repke, what a guy.
Is he still buzzing off the 20 Lambert and Butler he smoked before the game?
Yeah, going 150 miles in his mile an hour in his Lamborghini.
Great ball from Sean.
Fantastic.
That is.
They're nervy games, these playoff ones, aren't they, Bobby?
There's so much riding on it. Yeah, do you know what? Big games I never got nervous for. It was the little crappy cup final, the little crappy FA Cup games against non-league sides. I'd get more nervous for. So.
Matty. Big player for us in the Championship, wasn't he, Matty?
Really good. He's a big player all the time for us. You know, he was always hard to defend. You know, he's got that pace. He could always go past.
Always an outball for.
So quick as well. So pacey.
Yeah.
Read the game well as well.
And he had great delivery. Fantastic ball in. That's
great
great
ball.
Coley.
Didn't even have to break his stride.
He'd be disappointed he ain't got a bit lower on that. But
second half now.
Oof.
What a ball that is as well.
Oh, Mazza.
Oh, what a save.
Oh
my God.
Oh, Bobby, should you have laid that off?
No, I should have hit it in the bottom bloody corner.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit underneath me, I think, on that one.
You can't tell a striker like Bobby to lay it off in the box.
No chance.
It's got to be a goal.
Great ball here, though.
I was
Great
right.
ball.
I mean, we dominated Palace the season before. When this happens, you think, oh, not again.
I can't believe that. I actually forgotten about that.
Oh.
That's when you think, though, shit. You know what I mean? Like, is it not going to happen?
Oof.
But good chances. Just keep going, innit?
Here we go. Lay off. Look at this. Bobby, you start the move.
Yeah.
Matty down the wing.
Love it.
Yes.
Wow.
Wasn't a clean.
It wasn't a
clean hit, was
Wasn't
it?
clean at all.
It didn't need to be.
Nah. Hit the target, innit?
Were you expecting the defender to look like he might just get head on that?
I don't think. He slips, didn't he? I know the defender slips on the clearance, but yeah, managed to adjust and just put it away.
And a non-angry celebration, a rarity. You look quite calm there. You just
I
punch
think
it.
if you let that play, look, I mean, the defender slips here, doesn't he?
Oof.
Which
Love
is
it. Just poke it in.
Young Mark, is that a young Mark Noble behind the goal as well?
Yeah, Noble's trying to get in on the picks, isn't he? And he does. He's in every playoff final pick now, isn't he? Do you know what I mean?
Love it. Slot it.
Oh.
And I think from then
There
on,
he is.
yeah,
There, some screen time for Nobes.
yeah, there you go. But I think from then on, we knew that we was going to go on and win it. To be honest,
Yeah.
I came off with cramp towards the end of the game, and this happened.
Oh, Jimmy! Oh, I can
Shit.
barely watch it.
I remember that being bad, and I remember obviously Stephen Bywater having to come on, didn't he? And the first
Right on the edge of the
I
box.
don't even want
The
to see
first
it.
thing he has to do is save a free kick. Oh, I don't like that.
Oh, poor lad.
But what about Jimmy? I'm being carried around after the game, innit? Do you know what I mean?
Is he still out there?
Yeah, mate.
He doesn't go to hospital.
Nah, just get on the. Well, that's Jimmy, innit?
Jimmy, man.
But
I'll be thinking about recovery.
Man, look at this, Stephen Bywater.
I
First
mean,
thing he's
what
got,
a nervy free kick this was.
Yeah,
Edge
and
of the box.
he's actually very good at set plays and all.
Oh,
How'd that get through?
And Stevie Bywater
right
doing.
at him.
Stevie, well done, son.
Yeah,
He'd had a few rickets earlier in the season, hadn't he? And he'd kind of lost his place. What
well
a moment
there.
to come on and make
he
a
hits
save like
it
that.
well, doesn't he? Yeah, he does well. But I remember, being nervy these last 10 minutes.
And this is the second of 3 annual appearances at Cardiff. Do you feel at home
Oh,
there,
there's the
Barney?
dot, Jez.
Yeah,
Here he is, the match
Struds.
winner.
Struds. Tim Diaz.
yeah.
Look
The
at
old
that.
guard. The
Look
old
at
guard.
that. How big
Yeah,
was
there you go.
that?
That was angry, was it? Was that angry?
Nah, you're pretty
Nah,
enjoying
it's
that.
fine.
I think there's
Enjoying it.
I think there's a few F's getting thrown about.
Nah, you look like you enjoyed it, mate.
Yes. How were the celebrations that night?
Can't remember about that.
Must have been good then.
Yeah. Brilliant.
We wanted to end this show with a little bit of word association. We did it last season. We're going to name you some of your previous West Ham teammates. And I just want you to go off the top of your head, 1 word, 2 words about them.
Okay.
Totally unprepared for this, I know.
Yeah.
Just, you know what, the key to this is just relax.
That's anything
Just
that
ice
comes to
cold.
your head.
No. All
down.
I'm trying to do is not be abusive.
Doesn't matter.
No, just ultimately they end up being beat the whole way
Okay,
through.
oh, so yeah,
Okay.
then no one knows what you said.
All right, yeah, exactly. So,
All right, so let's do it properly.
All right. Michael Carrick,
baller,
Graham Poll,
ref,
Marlon Harewood,
vice head,
Rufus Brevitt,
dreads,
Thomas Repka,
angry,
Steve Lomas,
ginge,
Nigel Rio-Coker.
complicated,
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Alan Pardew.
chocolate.
We've had that before. We've had that
I
before.
gave him that nickname.
That's one of yours. Alan Kirbishley.
Scared,
Ooh.
Brian Dean.
big, forehead,
Got to add the forehead on there, innit?
Matthew Etherington.
tricky winger,
Mark Noble.
young pup,
Dean Ashton.
thunder boot,
Yeah.
Yossi Benayoun.
silky.
Ooh, lovely.
Paul Konchesky.
Everywhere I go.
And last and possibly least, Carlton Cole.
Clown. Had that a few times about.
Cracking stuff. That's it for this week. Thank you to Carlton Cole for joining me and to our guests, Bobby Zamora and Kevin Nolan. Newcastle's first game, but we'll be back before every home game this season, so we can't wait to spend a bit more time with you. Thanks for joining us. Come on, you Irons.